do this. Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Blossoms and Bourbon. My name is Mark. We're also welcoming tonight a new peanut gallery. Cue the peanut gallery. Awesome. Glad to have you guys here. These are some of my buddies from the Roanoke Wedding Network, one of whom was so kind to be the benefactor of the Blandon single barrel that we're going to be tasting tonight. So let's just get right into that because I know that's why you all are here. So Blandon's is distilled at Buffalo Trace in Frankfort, Kentucky. Been to that distillery. It's a great, great spot. Have you guys been to Kentucky? Anyone?
A little bit, not yet.
Not for bourbon? Oh my gosh. Okay. We have rookies in the house. So Blandon's doesn't have a specific age designation for this bourbon, but we believe that it's 6 to 9 years. I'm going to pass this over so they can taste it because I know that they want to. The color is a really nice color, kind of a nice warm amber color. Let's see how it is on the nose. Blanton's is just stupid hard to find. And so you're, Devin, very generous in letting us use this. Nice. It's kind of a little vanilla nutmeg. Let's taste. Yeah, this is good. There's a reason why people like this so much. It's a very good kind of sipping whiskey. That is a little bit warm in the back because it's got the rye element in the mash bill. There's some honey, kind of a little sweetness to it. The finish is pretty short, but you know, people like it and it's hard to find. And so now in the secondary market, it's crazy expensive. But anyway, thank you again. Appreciate that. There should be some in that bottle when I finish tonight, you guys. All right. So for this arrangement, you know, we're coming up on Father's Day, and a lot of people ask us to do arrangements that are masculine or that are natural or outdoorsy or woodsy. So we thought that we would do a Father's Day kind of natural woodsy arrangement for you, hence the reason I picked this container, which looks like birch, which I just love. This is actually glass, and the finish on this is so that you can use water in it. The finish is all on the outside, so this is not going to be harmed by water being inside. And I want to show you this new little gizmo trick that Laura found at a show recently, and she brought to the shop. Laura's awesome. So this is actually a grid that works much like, as you can see, the grid that we would use with tape to create the mechanic for an arrangement. The thing about this is when we're finished, it lifts apart and then you simply pull it out and then the flowers will stay in place. The benefit of that is if the tape is on there and you built your arrangement in the vase with the tape, it's very difficult to change the water. You can't pull the flowers out and put them back in. Obviously with this, you can just literally grab this bundle of flowers, lift it out, change the water, put them back in. They'll be happy for a much longer period of time. So I'm going to show you how this works. Laura is really the master of this. I've only done this one time, so bear with me because this could be fun. All right, so what we're going to do is start with some Florida Ruscus. I'm going to strip the majority of the leaves off, give it a fresh cut, and we're basically just going to drop it in. And you do have to be somewhat careful because there's nothing really holding this in place. So exercise a little caution as you're first working with it.
Give it a little bit of grip.
You know, these are kind of flexible, and I even tried earlier to kind of open that up a little bit and just slip it down over the edge of the container to see if that might hold it in place a little bit better, and it may. But yeah, that would be a good thing to try. So basically I'm just doing kind of a round shape going around the edge of the container just to get some basic greenery in place. How's the bourbon, guys? And ladies. Maria is just, she loves bourbon so much. That's why she's here.
That's me.
All right.
Son of an Irishman.
That's right. All right, I've got a little bit of silver dollar eucalyptus. I do have some curly willow. I want to put that in now because this stem is so big that if we tried to go in later with that, it would be a lot more difficult. So I also love the fact that this is leafing out a little bit. It's got that pretty green leaf on it. And already, do you kind of see the direction we're headed to make this more organic, more outdoorsy feeling, more natural, all those things? All right, we'll put some little tendrils of that in a little bit later. Let's now go for flowers. I think a key element of making an arrangement look outdoorsy and natural and wildflowery is going to be the types of flowers you choose. So if you're using things that are considered more garden flowers, things that you really could find in that scenario, then you're going to be ahead of the game. These little button mums are sweet. They also look like something you might find outside. And for most of these kind of arrangements, we really don't always use a ton of flowers. The greenery will be a key element of it as well. All right. Bells of Ireland next. One of my favorite flowers. Did you guys know that the flower is actually inside the little green thing? That this is not the flower. The flower is that little white thing that's down inside there, which I always thought was interesting.
So what's the green part called?
The thing that surrounds the flower, yeah. I'm so glad she asked that on camera. Yeah, I'm sure that there's a botanical name for that. I'm not sure what it is. All right, get some yellow in there.
Is it better for the flower to cut at an angle for longer term, or?
Totally, always better to cut at an angle. And that's one of the things, Devin, good question. And one of the things I like about the knife is that it makes it easier to do that, because when you pick it up in your hand and you do it like this, you're automatically cutting an angle on the stem. So that really helps with water absorption for the flower. So yeah, that's definitely a good thing.
How often would you change out the water in an arrangement like this?
Every day, actually. If it's in your house, you should change them out every day.
Is there anything you can put in the water to make it last longer or make the flowers healthier?
Another great question. And that, folks, was the voice beyond, the voice of Jason, who never speaks. Yes, there is, it's called Floralife. It comes in a powder. Actually, sometimes when you buy flowers, like at the grocery store, you'll get a little package of powder, white powder, that you mix in the water that you're going to put the flowers in. That powder has been chemically designed to be a balanced kind of nutritional benefit to the flowers, but it also helps keep the bacteria low. That's one of the things that happens quickly with flowers is all those stems in the water start to break down and it builds bacteria. That's not good. All right, another kind of natural organic element for this is going to be this thistle. Yeah, that's really works nicely for what we're trying to do here, I think. All right, a little bit of this silver dollar eucalyptus. To kind of make it flow a little bit, give it a little more air around the arrangement. These little guys are really clumpy, so I'm gonna edit out some of them.
Which ones are that?
The little button mums. See how that's kind of just a big clump in there?
Yeah.
It was looking too clumpy. All right, some of this finishing that goes around the edge, we could actually do after we remove the grid, because we'll still have access to the perimeter of the container and the arrangement. Solidago, great filler flower, looks like a weed, so it's perfect for this kind of application. It's not. I don't want anybody who gets this from us thinking that it's a weed, but you know. I'm stripping leaves off the bottom. Why? So it fits. That was a very good try from student Roy over there. So that there's no foliage below water level, which won't, the water level, foliage below the water level promotes the bacteria growth. So if we strip everything off, then there's none of that happening down inside. All right. Laura, drum roll, please.
It's magic.
I know, right? So, and here's what I was talking about with the water change. You literally can just pick that up, dump the water out, put fresh water in, back into the vase it goes. Now, you know, because it's not done till it's overdone, right? Wait, I forgot to do something. Cheers, you guys. This is good. Blandon's is a single barrel, by the way. Did you guys know that? And one of the things that people say about single barrels is that there can be a lot of variation because every run comes from one barrel. However, the folks at Buffalo Trace really seem to have perfected this process because Blanton's is so consistent. And I think that's one of the reasons that people like it. Anyway, a little sword fern in here to make it again feel a little more woodsy and outdoorsy. This container lends itself to a very vertical arrangement, which is what we've ended up doing. So these elements that I'm adding with the foliage around it are really just designed to make sure that it does kind of flow and have some movement outside the container. And just for kicks and giggles, sometimes for more masculine, thank you, sir. For some masculine arrangements, we'll add feathers. So let's do a couple of feathers in there. Just these are pheasant. All right, Jason later is going to ask me where the front of this is, and I think it's probably there. That looks good. All right. So do you like the new gizmo, Maria?
Yeah,
Yeah, these are cool.
very clever. Can we get them from you?
You can. There's going to be an Amazon link in the description for this video. So I guess that about finishes up this episode. I meant to say this at the beginning. Jason always smacks my hand because I forget. If you really want to help support us and what we're doing here, please remember to like and subscribe to the videos. Be sure and hit the bell icon so that you'll be notified of new content. We are over 2,000 subscribers now, which is just crazy to me that that's even remotely a possibility. But we so appreciate you, and I appreciate the comments so much from so many of you. I do read every one of them. I try to respond to every one of them. So please let me know what you're thinking. If you have an idea for a future video, we'd love to hear that too. So you guys, thanks for being here tonight. It was a pleasure having the peanut gallery here. Of course, of course. And to all of you, thanks for joining. And until next time, cheers to you and to flowers every day.
Cheers.
Cheers. It is so much better having people here.